We live in an era defined by instant global connectivity and historical peaks in industrial output. Yet, as our physical convenience increases, the individual human experience is increasingly marked by anxiety, depression, and a sense of estrangement. This is a result of modern alienation, a structural separation from the natural world that began with the Industrial Revolution. By moving workers into sterile, mechanical environments like this factory floor, industrialization physically removed humans from the ecosystems that shaped our evolution. This is a portrait of Karl Marx, who argued in the 19th century that these economic systems divorce individuals from an authentic human experience. In this framework, laborers are separated from the products they create, reducing human life to a mere means of survival. This industrial model eventually transitioned into mass consumption. Community bonds were replaced by rigid, repetitive cycles of productivity and the acquisition of goods, turning social relationships into market exchanges. These manufactured habitats have created a nature deficit. By wrapping ourselves in concrete and steel, we have starved our own psychology, cutting ourselves off from the biological web of life. This psychological starvation is defined by the biophilia hypothesis, which posits that humans have a hardwired genetic need to affiliate with other living organisms. We instinctively seek a connection to nature because our bodies and minds evolved in direct response to the natural environment. In sterile urban centers like this one, the brain suffers from cognitive resource depletion. Without the restorative effects of nature, the mind is forced to dedicate constant effort to navigating man-made stimuli, leading to chronic stress. This ecological separation triggers a measurable shift in mental health. It manifests clinically as a sense of powerlessness and meaninglessness, a state often described as environmental alienation. In this context, the modern epidemic of depression is an unpredictable biological result. It is the response of a brain trapped in a rigid, corporate architecture that denies its evolutionary needs. To address the anxiety and isolation of modern life, Terence McKenna proposed a cultural antidote he called the Archaic Revival. This is not a rejection of modern science. Instead, it is a call to integrate advanced technology with the ancestral, ecological attitudes of our Paleolithic ancestors. This represents the core of the shamanic worldview, a recognition that human consciousness is an interactive, equal participant in planetary ecology rather than its master. Ancient cultures used specific rituals and rhythmic stimulation to maintain community cohesion. These practices prevented the formation of the rigid psychological loops that define modern isolation. This desire to connect with the natural and spiritual world is one of our oldest recorded behaviors. These Paleolithic paintings illustrate the ancient human attempt to interact with the world through symbolic systems. Traditional rituals provided a shamanic reset. By shifting consciousness out of ordinary waking patterns, these cultures maintained a flexible psychological state that counteracted social indifference. For McKenna, merging our technology with a profound reverence for nature is the only viable way to resolve the disconnection of hyper-industrialized society. Achieving this shift requires a biological catalyst. McKenna argued that psilocybin fungi reliably trigger the necessary changes in consciousness to dismantle cultural conditioning. This brain map highlights the default mode network, the neurobiological seat of the ego and internal narrative. Modern consumer culture hijacks the system. By reinforcing repetitive consumption patterns, the environment causes the network to become hyperactive, trapping the individual in a loop of worry. This turns the network into an isolated neural island, creating the rigid cognitive architecture of the alienated individual. Classic psychedelics act as specific serotonin agonists that target the system. They directly quiet the overactive network, loosening the rigid patterns of brain connectivity. The ego itself is not the enemy. It is essential for memory and awareness. But in a consumerist society, it becomes a rigid prison that requires a chemical reset to open back up to the world. This diagram illustrates ego dissolution. As the fungi quiet the default mode network, the brain temporarily moves from a rigid state to one of global connectivity, allowing for new neural flexibility. This neurological expansion mirrors the shamanic experience of oceanic boundlessness. It restores a feeling of unity with the surroundings, countering the social isolation of modern life. This reset offers a neurobiological window into the biophilia hypothesis. By dismantling the self-model, it allows the individual to experience the innate evolutionary bond to the living earth that consumerism obscures. For McKenna, the intentional cultivation and use of these fungi is an actionable rejection of corporate programming, a way to reclaim the mind from the structures of industrial society. Applying this fungal technology to achieve the Archaic Revival offers a blueprint for de-alienation. It is a path toward restoring the human connection to the community and the ecological systems upon which our species depends.